Harrison Ford, Daniel Craig, and Olivia Wilde all star in Area 1851, kind of. Hey guys, and welcome to Tantrum House Studio 3. I'm Will Meadows.
And I'm Sarah Meadows, and today we're looking at Area 1851 Express. It's from designer Justin Blaski and illustrated by Lucas Soriano. It's being published by 524 Labs.
It's a 3 to 5 player card drafting, kind of light tableau building game. It's coming to Kickstarter soon, and we've got a prototype copy of it. So let's take a look at how it's played.
To set up the game, give each player a board and deal everyone 7 cards from the scrap deck.
Place the 6 thing cards, the reputation tokens, and the effect tokens near the deck, and then you're ready to begin.
Each player simultaneously selects 1 card from their hand, and they all reveal at the same time.
With the chosen card, players may start a new gadget by playing a base card in their workspace.
They may attach a mod card to a base using the attachment points. They may place the card in their scrap heap, or they may discard it and play a thing card in their workspace.
When a gadget is complete, it is immediately delivered and scored. The player reads the name of his crazy contraption, a quilted covered wagon that gives you splinters with a steam engine, and they take the total reputation plus any bonus tokens or effects from the gadget cards.
Next, players pass their hands to the next player, and everyone selects a card, and play continues until all cards have been played.
Players take one last opportunity to complete gadgets using items in their scrap heap. If they complete a gadget, it is awarded reputation when delivered, but no bonus effects.
Any incomplete gadgets are then sent to the dumpster, and 7 new cards are dealt to each player.
Play continues for round 2 and 3, and at the end of the game, the player with the most reputation wins. A couple of years ago, 524 Game Labs brought out the game Area 1851, which was a board game. They funded it on Kickstarter, features the same great theme and storyline and some of the same mechanics. They're now coming back to Kickstarter with this express version that really boils the game down, focuses on the card drafting part and making the connections with those cards, and it's a much faster, I think even maybe slightly meatier, fun version of the game that they're bringing to Kickstarter right now.
This one uses the card drafting, which you can kind of plan ahead for which bases you might want to keep based on what's in your hand, especially the lower player counts. And then it also gives you a few options with the way your tableau is set up. You can save cards for later if you need to. And then there are actions when you turn in those gadgets that allow you to maybe access that scrap heap that you've saved and also gain additional cards and other bonuses along the way.
Yeah, some of those actions are tokens that you actually collect and are able to use and save for future rounds. Some of the actions happen immediately, so as you're looking at your options, you're going to kind of pick the one that you may want to finish your gadget on that turn so you can score it. You may, in hopes of counting the cards, know that something good is coming around. You may have something saved in your scrap heap. You've got a lot of different options every single time you play. The game is only 3 rounds, and at the end of each round, if you haven't completed your gadget, it all just goes in the scrap heap. So you've got to really kind of measure out what each turn is going to be so that you're able to finish that one, collect the big points, and then move on to the next round.
Yeah, losing that gadget completely at the end of the round can
Painful.
can be devastating, so you really need to plan ahead. What's super nice is that you do have plenty of options. If you can't or don't want any of those cards in your hand that get passed to you, there are those thing cards that can be used as a base for any gadget. And then there's also, you can flip the card over and use it as scrap, and then those cards can be scored with any gadget, and some of them, the bonuses want you, you gain bonuses for having a diversified gadget, and so having one from each one, and then adding that scrap will actually give you extra points.
Yeah, it is really nice. I didn't ever feel like I had a bad turn, even when I didn't have great options. Like she was saying, there is always something to do, which is pretty nice. The artwork on this game is really polished because it's a lot of the same artwork from the original game, but then improved, which is really nice. I'm not sure what their Kickstarter campaign will look like. We had like 3D printed tokens. I don't know if those will be wood or what the final pieces will be. So make sure you check out their Kickstarter campaign, give it a look, see what all is coming with this version of the game, and if it looks like something you'd be interested in, then definitely show some support. Thank you guys so much for joining us for another episode. Be sure to tune in as we'll have another review or preview video coming soon. Nailed it?
Sure.
All right. Area 1851 from 54 Game Labs.
524.
524. Of the game 1851 Area 1851. A couple of years ago, 524. That's so hard to say. I don't know why. A couple of years ago, 524 Game Labs brought out the game Area 1854. 51. So many numbers.
I was still making a face at the beginning of that. I was kind of hoping you would mess up.
1851. Area 1851. Game Labs 524. And that original game.
Yes, this one has, I don't know what I'm saying.
I said so good.
I know you did.